Hello, everyone. It's Angelica here. I hope you can hear me and see me. I'm going to be talking about how to overcome self-sabotaging, which is something that often comes up with my clients and with people that I come across in their journey to taking ownership of their health, their life, because it's something that is a massive obstacle for people to really overcome, to start doing things consistently that are good for them, that are in line with what they want to do. And I think doing what you have always done. And I really want to talk about this in the sense that it's very easy for us um, to think that we're doing something differently when in actual fact we're doing the same thing, right? Like people tell me all the time, Angelica, no, I know what I'm doing. Like tomorrow I'm going to start exercising, I'm going to eat healthily. And, I know exactly I'm going to, stop using social media all the time. I'm going to go to bed early, whatever it is, right? But in reality, all they're doing is doing the same thing, telling themselves the same thing, not coming up with a plan that is overly different than the plan that has been going on in their head all the time that they fail. And what happens is our mind is a very, very intelligent thing, and our mind just really does what it thinks we want to do. So, when we tell ourselves, we're going to do something, but deep down, we're telling ourselves, I'm going to do this and I'm going to fail anyway. Guess what? We fail anyway. So, or if we say to ourselves, I'm going to, start this and, but, in reality, you really, when you tell yourself, but I never do, guess what? Your mind makes that I never do real. Because if you are telling your mind really deep down on your subconscious that you never achieve that plan anyway, why would you achieve that in this new scenario, in this new Monday, in this new day? So stop doing what you have always done. It's very, very important because clearly what you have always done, it hasn't worked. For me, this was very, very apparent when I started my business and I didn't know anything about social media. I hadn't been on social media, and I kept, going from one free webinar to another free webinar to another free webinar, trying to doing things that I thought, would work, and nothing was working until I realized that I needed somebody to guide me through what actually worked, which was very different than what I thought I had to do. And it was very different than I was doing it. So it's not about, everybody in the world knows that they need to eat healthily, that they need to sleep well, that they need to have a bedtime routine, that they need to prioritize their sleep, their mental health, they need to exercise. Everybody knows, but yet most people are not doing it. So it's not about knowing what to do, it's about knowing how to do in what order. It's a little bit like baking a cake. Like if you're baking a cake and if you put the ingredients in different order, your cake is not going to be, as yummy as somebody else who knows exactly which order, how fluffy the egg white needs to be or whatever, and the butter and the sugar, whatever it needs to be. So stop doing what you have always done because it hasn't worked. It's a little bit difficult to do that because, there is the ego, there is the pride, there is like, I need to know this, I need to figure this out on my own. I had all of those things. But when you keep doing the same thing over and over again, that it's not working, is the definition of insanity, right? So it is a choice that you need to make. Do I want the results or not? Do I want to stop self sabotaging or not? So that is the first point, because your mind will keep giving you what you've been telling your mind, which is, if you do this, you are not going to achieve what you want. Okay. So the second point is to stop doing drastic things. I am not in favor of drastic measures for many reasons. I didn't heal myself through changing everything overnight. I didn't heal my physical, emotional self by changing anything overnight. It was a process. People often ask me on a comment on my post, but how did you do that? Well, I wish I could tell you in a comment on Facebook. If it was that easy, everybody would be doing. It's not easy, and my message has always spoke to that. Like what I have been through, it's been a process. You need to be committed. Like you really need to really think to yourself, where am I at the moment? Where do I want to go? Am I really committed to this? I speak to people every day that are not fully committed to their healing process, to the process of changing their lives and changing themselves. That is the reality of it. I was fully committed. I was all in. There was no turning back. And when it comes to changing your life, changing your health, healing yourself, going from something as serious that I was dealing with, stage 3 bowel cancer, I needed to be committed. So drastic things don't work for various reasons. We lead a busy life. We can't stop our whole world food and just exercising and doing all the things that we want to do. Because the reality is, people still need to work. You still have kids, you have pets, you have things to do. So when you set yourself this task of going from 0 to 100, most likely you're going to fail, because you don't have the time, you don't have the resources to do everything overnight. Also drastic things put an enormous amount of pressure and expectations on ourselves. I haven't lost all the weight. I'm not healed yet. I used to celebrate the small wins during chemo. That was just so, so important for me. Oh my God, I went around the block today. Oh my God, I went around 2 blocks. Oh my God, like I did 5 minutes yoga. I did 10 minutes yoga. Oh my God, I'm feeling really great. I didn't spend the whole day in bed. It was nothing that I did was drastic. So when people tell, when people tell me like, Angelica, look, I know what I'm doing and I'm starting this new diet. I hate to break it to you, but diets don't work. If you keep going down that route, this is why diet is such a profitable industry, because people keep coming back in for more when it's a system that doesn't work. You need to really think to yourself, am I committed to a lifestyle change? Am I committed to creating long-term health? Am I committed to create long-term changes? It's not about, I'm just going to do this during chemo. I'm just going to do this during, my healing process. The tendency is gravitationally that with age, we're going to go downhill. Our health going to go, is going to go downhill, right? Everything is going to go downhill unless you do something about it. I work on my health every single day. 4 years on, I don't have any cancer in my body anymore. I don't, there is nobody telling me I need to do all of those things in actual fact. But yet I see myself, I see my body, I see my mind, my thoughts, my emotional self as a process of getting better and better each day. That is the path that I'm committed to. So doing drastic things put this pressure that I need to not only achieve this overnight, but that I'm getting somewhere. Guess what, like most people they go on a diet, they lose all their weight, and then they go back and they gain more weight because they haven't committed to the long-term lifestyle change. You can only lose weight and keep the weight away from your body if you are committed to a long-term lifestyle change, right? So a drastic change doesn't really imply that. It means like from 0 to 100 and I'll get my results and then I'll sit back and I'll go back to eating burgers and chips. It doesn't work like that. Okay, so that is very, very important because people are doing this over and over and they're telling themselves, no, this time's going to work, this time's going to work. And you keep perpetuating this vicious cycle of, you see, I can't do this. I am always self-sabotaging myself. I'm always, procrastinating. I'm not disciplined. And you just keep going back around in circles and nothing is changing. So it is really, really important to think about, making changes for the long term. Like this is a process. There isn't like an end line, a final date. And I think the third one, which is really important, is do what you hate first until it becomes natural. Until it becomes natural to you. And then you're saying, Angelica, but eating healthily is never going to become natural to me, because I love, like ice creams and chocolate and burgers and fries and pizzas and things. It will. I can guarantee it will, because we think our mind is very, very clever, but in actual fact, our bodies are way more clever. And if you eat healthy long enough, the first day that you eat something unhealthy, your body's going to let you know about it. That's one thing. Because you will get your body used to eating proper food. Because all of this, like ice cream, chocolate, pizza, burgers, and fries, they're giving you zero nutrition. And it's making you feel exhausted, it's making you feel tired, it's making you sick. So once you start getting food with proper nutrition, your body will be like, oh, I like this. The body's not stupid. So you need to start doing what you hate first, like exercising. And I can tell you 2 examples of what I didn't like first, until it's now natural to me. I have never been a morning person. I hated waking up early in the morning. After my chemo treatment, I needed to go back to work, and I started, having to go to the office back then. That was pre-COVID. And I thought to myself, I need time to do my morning routine, my exercise, because I can't compromise on that. But I don't want to wake up too early. So I started waking up a little bit earlier, so I could do some exercise. And then, I realized actually I need more time. So I started waking up a little earlier. So first was 6 o'clock, then was 5:45, then it was 5:30. These days I wake up at 5 o'clock. I've been on this journey for 4 years. Is it hard to wake up at 5 o'clock? No, my body wakes me up. Did I start here? No. Have I always been a morning person? Absolutely not. But I did it enough times that it became natural to me. And these days, it is natural to me. This is what I do. Saturday, I wake up at 5 o'clock. Sunday, I wake up at 5 o'clock. Is it hard? No, not anymore. With exercise, it's the same thing. People are like, oh, but, can I just do the exercise later, like at lunchtime or when I get back from work? I mean, if you have kids, forget about it. There is no time to do anything for yourself later on in the day, because life, get busy, kids, dinner and whatever. And besides, if you have, a busy life, most likely something is going to happen which is going to stop you doing your exercise, yourself going to the gym, you going for a walk, whatever it is. Do what you hate first. This is what successful people do. They don't wake up like, skipping away, wanting to do everything that is planned on their diary. Like it's really doing what they need to do first. They get out of the way, and then you start doing the things that, perhaps You enjoy doing it. It becomes such a habit that, now my body not only wakes me up at 5 o'clock, but my body wants to exercise at 5 o'clock in the morning. Stop stop waiting for you to want to doing things, right? Oh, I'm a failure. I'm self-sabotaging all the time. I'm procrastinating because, I don't like eating healthy. I don't like exercising. I don't like going to bed early. If you don't start doing what you don't like, you're gonna finish your life doing the same things as you're doing like now. Successful people do what they don't like. So you need to start doing what you don't like until it becomes natural to you. By nature, we are designed just to do comfortable things. By nature, we are designed just to, stay warm and cozy and, and just stay comfortable and not do too much work and do too many, difficult things. You need to get yourself out of your comfort zone every single day until you start breaking a pattern. Now, it doesn't matter when it started or how it started and what trauma you had and, why you are the way that you are. If you are, you know, over a certain age, like which, over 20, 25, 30 years old, everything that you do now, it's a habit. Everything we do is a habit. If you have those habits ingrained in you, guess what? You're just going to keep doing them until only you can break them. Even if I went to your house and I cooked for you every single day, you still need to decide what to put inside your mouth. So don't give that as an excuse, because that is not the excuse. The excuse is that you have a set of habits that are not benefiting you and you need to break them by by creating a different habit. So just a quick recap, guys. Stop doing what you have always done because it's not working and it's never going to work. Stop doing, going for the drastic measures, and thinking that, if you did something drastic, is going to work, because again, it hasn't worked and it's not going to work. And do what you hate first until it becomes natural to you. If you have any questions, let me know. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.